About 2 months ago I started an xtreme onechunk account in Rellekka, meaning I have to do everything you see in this list before rolling a new chunk and walking out of the gates of Rellekka. I started with combat training, killing chickens with an iron pickaxe, lynching Lanzig for a full hour for a mere tinderbox, fishing for over 100 hours to get 76 fishing for a raw shark and 5250 GP, and then getting almost half of those stolen from me. 2000, 3000 GP or something like that. And my 3000 feathers, who takes those? Like, seriously. And finally, after gathering all of the items needed for the framing trials, the tinderbox, the raw shark and the 5250 GP, we completed the quest, unlocking everything Rellekka has to offer and completing the chunk goal of 45 thieving. Before this we could only either fish or kill stuff. Now we have all of the framing training methods unlocked and can start the grind for real. Welcome to Rellekka Xtreme Onechunk. To start the video off, we'll take a closer look at the task list you saw in the intro. I have divided the list into 3 different categories: skilling, best in slot and unique, and we have already completed a couple of these goals, namely catching a shark, catching a big swordfish, pickpocketing a citizen and completing the framing trials. But I assure you there's still a lot of grinding to do. Most of the grinding is still ahead of us. The biggest goal on this list is smithing a bullseye lantern at 49 smithing, and I'm estimating it's gonna take about 300 hours of grinding. But more on that later in the video. Then we have fletching a steel bolts. It's also a pretty long task, but not that bad. And then finally crafting a plant pot. Not bad at all, we are already 16 crafting. For the best in slot items, all of the helmets are buyable. They cost 78k a pop. The best in slot melee weapon, the framing blade, and the best in slot shield, the framing shield, are both obtainable from guards and warriors at a 1 in 128 rate. And finally, our best in slot melee armor is steel armor, also smithable at 49 smithing. For the uniques, we have the big bass, 1 in 1000 drop, and the big shark, 1 in a 5000 drop. And as for achievement diaries, we have the task number 3 from the Fremnik medium diary, mining coal in Rellekka, a 30 mining requirement. And then there are some other smaller goals that are not worth putting on this list, but if you're interested you can find all of the goals that we have from the Chunk Picker V2 website with the code EFJQ. So welcome back. I just got a lamp for 17 agility, as you can see in the chat box. I've been selling off these nature runes and the sharks that I've been catching, getting some money for getting some better gear than the steel dagger that we have at the moment. Just selling the last of these. We had about 500 nature runes at the end of the last episode. So 500 sharks, 500 gnats, and we have over 100k cash at the moment. And that is the last of them, 103k. This should get us some pretty nice gear, at least better than the steel dagger that we have at the moment. So Mr. Skullgrimmen here sells all of the helmets, 78k a pop, and then the Addy Warhammer at 5356 coins. We're buying the Addy Warhammer and the Berserker Helm. These are the best ones for melee training. And this unfortunately needs level 45 defense, which we don't have yet. So I'm gonna go and do some rock grabs to get that 45 defense. But the Addy Warhammer itself is a big upgrade over the steel dagger. Just take a look at the bonuses. +8 and +7 to +35 and 39. Even if it's low, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be so much better than the steel dagger. So it is the start of a new era. You know, I think I'll just leave this right here. Maybe someone will take it. Goddamn thieves. And to top that off, we'll go and talk with Urza. That is actually an easy task and a chunk goal at the same time, but she sells the Fremnik gloves, the cloak, the boots and the ropes, and we'll buy all of these. They are not that expensive, but actually quite expensive for being leather boots and leather gloves. But anyways, we're gonna take all of those, and I think we'll just go full green. There we go. That is looking extremely green. Yeah. But at least we get some defensive bonuses, +7 and +8 in slash and crush. So, yep, it's something. Oh, we have a dance random. Yes, I sure fancy an can I? Oh my god. Don't despawn on me, please. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, no. I want this, come on. Yes, there we go. And this book of knowledge is of course going into agility, almost level 18 already. I think the next one should get us there. And there we go, level 45 defense and 57 combat as well. And now we can complete our chunk goal wearing a Berserker Helm, our best melee helm in the chunk. There we go, beautiful. So yeah, that completes another best in slot task, melee helm done. And I gotta say, this is looking pretty damn sick. And now I think it's time for my favorite part of the video, fun Rellekka facts. Although this one is so bizarre, so out there that this is more like a riveting Rellekka revelation. I'm willing to bet that less than 1% of you watching this right now know this secret. So as you know, Ursa runs a clothing store where we just bought our robes, but she also runs a makeover shop called Ursa's Shoe Store. Here you can change your default boots look to any of these options, similar to the hairdresser in Falador or the makeover mage near the crafting guild. But get this, if you equip the lyre, the strings of the lyre actually match the color of your boots. I have absolutely no explanation why this is in the game, or what does the color of the strings of the lyre have to do with your boots, but it's such a cool little secret in the otherwise very brown and barren landscape of Rellekka. Another related fun fact is that the boot store is the only default clothing changing store outside of the boundaries of the free-to-play area, making your boots the only thing that you cannot change in free-to-play. I suppose this is because of the interaction between your boots and the lyre, which makes sense for the store to be based in Rellekka. Comment down below your guesses as to why on earth is the strings of the lyre and your boots color related to each other. Oh, and if you didn't know this fun fact, you are legally obliged to subscribe. That's just how it is, I don't make the rules. We have so many goals to pursue and so many training methods, and I'm kind of lost at what to start doing next. I think I'm gonna start killing some gods, maybe thieving fish from the fish stalls for the rocket chance, and for the food obviously for the god killing, and also getting towards level 80 cooking so that we can cook some sharks in the future. So I just started killing the gods. I killed 3 of them, and I got the Fremennik shield. 3 market gods is what it takes to get the Fremennik shield. 1 in 128 drop, and this is an amazing upgrade. As you can see, the stats are pretty damn good actually. It's comparable to an adamant kite shield, so plus 30 in almost all of the defensive stats. And yeah, this is definitely gonna help in killing more gods, killing Lanzigs in the future. And that is also one of our best in slot items, so a best in slot melee shield crossed off the list. At this point I want to thank my channel members, Badrap the Games, and the newest member, Cellmetal8. If you are interested in channel memberships, there is a link down in the description where you can pick any tier of the memberships you want. Every member gets a badge next to their username for comments and chat, new members get to be a rock crab, and after a month you will become a hobgoblin. After 2 months a market god, 6 months in you will become a genie, and after a full year you will become my worst nightmare, the Dagonoth Prime. You'll also get a few emojis to use, such as the Fun Fact Book and Lanzig's face. But please be responsible and do not invest in channel memberships if you cannot afford it. Just your viewership is more than enough and always highly appreciated. This is just an extra way of supporting the channel for people who want to and can actually afford it. And now, after this small commercial break, back to the episode. The MVP himself, Count Check, always coming through with the lamps. Thank you so much. And this should be level 18 agility. Beautiful, getting closer and closer to some higher levels. $78 cooking. And 50 thieving. Oh my god, this guy is relentless. Another Count Check lamp. This is back to back. Yeah, I'll take it. More agility. Thank you, thank you. So far I've been mostly thieving and cooking, but I just got another Fremennik shield from a warrior with 2 KC. So I have 5 kills at the moment and 2 Fremennik shields. That is kinda crazy. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything with this. We can't sell them, we can't obviously high elk or anything. So this is either go into the ground or I can keep it until we get a Leo random and then we could bank it. It doesn't really have any use to have a dupe of this, but I guess I'll just keep it around. Maybe we get a Leo random in the future. I thought of a more efficient use for my time, big net fishing for the big bass while I'm working towards that level 80 cooking requirement. There's only about, I think it's a 1 in 8 chance to get one bass while you are a bass, not a bass, bass. So to get the bass, and that means we have a 1 in 8,000 chance to get the big bass while we are big net fishing. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a while, and we're probably gonna get to level 80 cooking before that. So I'm gonna keep killing the gods while I'm on PC, trying to get that blade drop. And on mobile, I'm gonna keep a big net fishing and getting that level 80 cooking requirement. This is actually insane. This is back to back to back. This is 3 count checks in a row. I don't get any other random events than count checks anymore. But yeah, I'll take the agility XP for sure. Oh. Okay, so... Okay. I didn't know you can get any diamonds from this. Okay. This is gonna change things. This is gonna change a lot of things. So to explain my reaction there, I thought that you could only get coins from the big net caskets, but as it turns out, you can also get gems from there. I had backlogged gems in my chunk picker rules since I thought they would only be acquirable from random events, but now that I know we can get a diamond without random events, it's going to skyrocket 2 skilling goals in this chunk. The crafting goal is going from level 19 for a plant pot to 43 for a cut diamond, and the fletching goal is going from 46 for steel bolts to 65 for diamond bolt tips. That little diamond just added probably another 100 hours of grinding to this chunk, but I'm actually kinda glad that it turned out like this, since I was initially debating if I should include the random event loot in the goals or not, so this takes care of that problem altogether. I just gonna take some more time. Well, there is level 79 cooking, 1 more level to go. I still have the diamond in my inventory. I'm not sure what I should do with it. I guess I'll just keep it around for a while, but probably gonna have to get rid of this, and we'll get some more from random events or the big net fishing eventually. Time for a little progress update. I have got about 660 bass on mobile, and I think at least the same amount on PC, so we're going a little bit dry for the big bass. And it seems to be actually a more like a 1 in 6 drop, more than a 1 in 8 drop that I read on the wiki, but that's okay. Here we are finally getting level 80 cooking, so that is our chunk goal. We can now cook a shark. Just need to go and catch one, and then we can cook it. Alrighty, shark. I need a harpoon. 1 harpoon, please. Thank you. Alright, we have the shark. Let's cook it. And the chunk goal. Round 2. Don't burn this one. There we go. The chunk goal of level 80 cooking for cooking a shark is done. That's probably the biggest skilling level that we are gonna get in this chunk, unless we go extremely dry for the big shark. But I think level 80 cooking is going to be the biggest one that we're gonna have in this chunk. But we still need that big bass, so I'm gonna keep big net fishing for a while and hopefully get it sooner than rather than later. And then I got a couple of very weird things happen to me on mobile. Firstly, I got a Leo random that I hoped for so that I could bank my extra Fremenic shield and the gems that I have gotten, so I banked all of those. And about 300 bass later, yep, there it is, the big bass. That's right, I got the big bass, and as you can see, it's pretty similar looking to the normal basses, so unfortunately I didn't actually notice that I got it. I was doing something else at the same time, and since I didn't need to go for the level 80 cooking anymore, I was dropping all of the fish that I was getting here, so yeah, I dropped the big bass. And you can see here in the chat log, I'm getting the big bass at 1812 and getting congratulations and everything. Time is passing by, and at 1817 or 1818, I realize, wait, what the fuck? I got the bass, and yeah, I had dropped it 6 minutes earlier. So yeah, the big bass was in our inventory for a very brief while until I dropped it and despawned it, so... Luckily, we do have the collection lot to show for, so we have gotten the big bass, we have gotten the big swordfish, we still have the big shark to go for, but I'm not going for it right now. I'm just gonna try to get it passively while I'm fishing for food anyways. And if I don't get it passively, there is that one trick I mentioned in the previous video. The trick is to get flax from a beekeeper random event, use that to make a short bow which enables 2-tick fishing with an alt account on a PvP world. 2-tick fishing is only possible while holding a weapon with an attack speed of 3 or lower, since your retaliation timer is half of your attack speed rounded down, and we need the timer to be 1 tick long. So on 1 tick you are retaliating, and the next tick you are fishing, hence the name 2-tick fishing. This speeds up fishing by quite a damn lot, probably shaving tens if not hundreds of hours from the big shark grind. But anyways, now it is time to move on from fishing for a while and pursue our best in slot weapon, the Fremnik Blade. The Fremnik Blade is basically an adamant scimitar, just a lot cooler looking and a little bit lighter. And yeah, it's gonna be a very big upgrade over the adamant warhammer, so let's go ahead and kill some market guards. The market guards and warriors in Rellekka have an attack speed of 3, which is a very fast attack speed in Runescape, and my adamant warhammer is only a 6-tick weapon, so basically I'm 2 times as slow as they are. So what I'm doing here is kind of a 1-to-1 damage trade, so I'm only attacking them every 6 ticks, so that they can also attack me only every 6 ticks, and yeah, that's gonna lower the amount of damage that we are taking. Yeah, let's see how long it takes. We got the 2 shields in 5 kc, so maybe we can get as lucky with the blade. So I got 5 copper as a drop from Market Guard, but unfortunately they do not drop any tin. So I think I'm gonna try killing some Lanzig here. Try to get some the 5 tin drop from this guy. It's a 1 in 50 drop, same as the copper and iron as well. So hopefully we get the tin and we can make our first bronze bars, because I really hate to waste any more of these tin and copper and iron ore drops, since we are going to need a lot of these. Oh, the perfect timing! A Dunce random event. Again, we are just getting XP randoms left and right. That's actually very, very nice. I'm kind of hoping I would get some more beekeeper randoms so that I could get the beekeeper outfit so that I can eventually get the flax for 2-tick fishing, but I'm not going to turn my nose at any Dunce randoms either. Yeah, there we go, another book of knowledge. Let's put it straight into agility. And that is, I think, level 20 agility already. That's very, very nice. Yes, there we go. 5 tin ore, that is perfect. We also have a lot of warhammers, as you can see, and a couple of iron ores, but I unfortunately probably can't keep these, because we still need 15 smithing levels before we can use iron for anything, so my inventory would just clog up with these if I just try to keep them. So let's go ahead and sell all of the warhammers and the iron ore. And I guess that 1 Terramin as well. And now let's go ahead and get our first smithing levels, our first bronze bars made. Oh, but I need a hammer first. Alrighty, let's smelt these bad boys up. And while we are smelting, let's talk a little bit about the numbers. So from level 1 to 15, until we can use iron ore, we're going to need 129 bronze bars. We are getting 5 tin and 5 copper at a 1 in 51.2 rate from Lanzig, so that means 1,316 Lanzigs for 15 smithing. Then from level 15 to 30 we need 292 bronze bars plus 146 iron bars, which means 2,990 Lanzigs. And finally from level 30 to 49 we need 964 bronze bars and 1157 steel bars, meaning 9,875 Lanzigs plus 1,500 coal mined. So in a total about 15,000 Lanzig kills. Yeah, it's gonna take quite a while, but there we go. We have our first smithing levels done. Just about 15,000 more to go. Oh shit, the Fremnik helmet. Nice. That's actually not a chunk goal, and it's not even a best in slot item. It's basically worse in every single fashion than the Berserker Helm that we have, and it even looks a little bit worse, but I look just like this guy. Huh. There we go, level 50 attack, and I think that is a combat level as well. Yeah, 58 combat level. Nice. Oh, yes, let's go. Bring it on, come on, the Fremnik Blade. Nice, that is so beautiful and such a good weapon. Basically an Addy scimitar, just a little bit lighter and a lot cooler looking, I think. This was, let's see, 94 kills. Yeah, 94 kills for 2 Fremnik shields, 1 Fremnik blade and 1 Fremnik helmet. All of them are 1 in 128, so quite lucky, I think. And we are looking pretty damn good. This is a really good, like a real Fremnik setup. I really like this setup. Okay, so that is basically the last best in slot item from the gods, so we don't really have to kill the gods anymore for anything, I think. And now we just have to kill a shitload of Lanzigs and Freyrudis and Borokars and Lensas and whatever that they are. I'm just gonna keep calling them Lanzigs. Everyone is just a Lanzig to me. And just look at the blade slapping, like, oh, there's 9. So that's our max hit with the blade, 9. I think we had a 10 with the Addy Warhammer, so not that much worse, and it's 50% faster than the Warhammer, so definitely a big upgrade. And yeah, it slaps, man. It really slaps these guys around. So I don't think we're gonna need the Addy Warhammer for anything anymore. We're gonna sell it back 2.8k. You served me very well for the time that you did. But we have the best in slot items, the Fremi Blade, the Fremi Shield, and the Berserker Helm. Now I'm gonna complete a few very easy diary tasks that we have left. One of them is filling a bucket from this well. And have we completed that already at some point? It seems we have. Fill a bucket with water. Okay, I don't have any recollection of doing that, but I suppose I have done it at some point. And the other task is to change your boots to something else at Ursa's shoe store. And we are gonna go with Elven Khaki, although I have already done this, I think, for the intro. Yeah, so we have already done that one as well. So that was the last easy diary requirement that we have done. We have now completed all of the diary tasks except for the medium diary, level 30 mining for mining coal in Rellekka. I did get some more tin and copper from killing the gods and Lanzig, so let's go ahead and smelt some more. And there we go, level 3 smithing. We can now make bronze crossbow bolts, so those are gonna be all of our bronze bars for the foreseeable future. They don't really provide anything too much except a little bit of fletching XP, and we still have a lot of fletching to do as well, so I'm gonna fletch all of these into bronze bolts. We can get feathers from this guy, the fishmonger. Let's just buy 10 of these, and there we go. A whopping 5 experience. Slap! And there's level 46 defense. And with this bone we should get level 22 prayer. And I think we should get... Oh, and 15 in combat as well. Yeah, I think we should get level 43 prayer for all the protection prayers from this grind. We are killing like 15,000 of these guys anyways, so 15,000 sets of bones should get us to 43, I hope. And yeah, it's gonna be a really long while before we get that, but once we do, it's gonna be very valuable. I did a little test. I got 7 kills in 6 minutes, so that means we would get 70 kills per hour, and yeah, 15,000 kills would mean 285 hours of killing these. But obviously it's gonna get a little bit faster once we get our stats up, once we get some strength and attack levels and everything. 47 defense. Oh my god, what a mega chad. Look at this guy. Holy hell, a full dragon armor. Is that a Saragod sword or something? And an amulet of power even. Oh my god, this is... what a beast. Holy shit. I'm really kind of wishing I had a bank at the moment, but it seems like I really have to start selling some of this iron ore. I can't fit this all in my inventory, and I really just can't juggle this all the way from level 4 to level 15 smithing, so... I guess it just has to go. Let's go. A best in slot amulet or ring. No, 125 coins, no. Alrighty, another batch of 5 copper and tin. 2 steel bars as well, but they just have to go. Yeah, let's go ahead and smelt these. Damn, 4 XP away from a level. That's a scam. And of course the massive 25 fletching XP. Oh, huge. A big level coming in here, level 50 hit points and 60 combat, beautiful. And that is gonna be the last combat level of the video. There we go, level 50 defense, all of our melee stats are now level 50. Going to get a lot higher after this smithing grind is over, but for now, that is going to do it. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Rellekka Xtreme onechunk. If you did, please remember to like the video and subscribe before you leave, and I will see you all in the next episode.